Right. Call this meeting to order on June 26th for variation order number 1011-23 at 7 p.m. We have supporting material for variation order number 1011-23 80 Nelson Road. Administration.
Keewatin Tribal Council as the owner of 80 Nelson Road has applied for variation to build within the side yard requirements from 15 feet to 2.75 feet, maintaining the existing side yard, and requesting to build within the rear yard setbacks from the requirement of 25 feet to 11.83 feet. All other requirements meet the zoning bylaw. It's been posted for the required 14 days. All utilities have been notified, and I didn't receive any feedback.
Thank you. Next, we're going to call for representation of anybody supporting this variation order. Second time, anybody with representation in support of this variation. Third and final time, calling for receiving representation in support of this variation. Seeing none, we will now call for anyone objecting to this variation order. Second call, anyone reject, call for objection to this variation. Third and final time, call for representation to object to this variation. Seeing none, we'll call for adjournment. Deputy Mayor Valentino, Councilor Colburn, all in favor? Carried. Thank you. Next, I would like to call to order the regular meeting of council, 7:09 p.m. I'd like to recognize that we're Treaty 5 land, traditional land, which explains it Cree Nation and homeland Métis, and we are all Treaty people. I'd like to call for an approval of the agenda. Anthony?
Yeah, request from administration to remove item 6.4 and forward that to budget rather than a resolution tonight. So just need a motion and a seconder and a vote to amend the agenda.
We have a mover, Councilor Colburn. Seconder, Councilor Oberdorfer. All those in favor? Carried. Now we need, excuse me, yes?
Sorry, someone just texted me to say they can see that.
Yeah, we know the link isn't working, so they're welcome to join, or we'll have it on YouTube after the meeting.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Next, I would like to call approval of the agenda as amended. Councilor Fitzpatrick. Councilor Lundmark, all in favor. Carried. Next, we're going to community comments and feedback. Second time, community comments and feedback. Third and final time, community comments and feedback. Thank you. Seeing none. We'll move on to 5, adoption of minutes. 5.1 is a regular meeting of council, June 12, 2023. Resolution 2023-085, moved by Councillor Lundmark, seconded by Councillor Fitzpatrick. Be it resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting of council held in Council Chambers, City Hall, Thompson, Manitoba, on Monday, June 12, 2023, be adopted as circulated. Administration?
Nothing further.
Councillor Lundmark? Any other comments? Call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. Next, we're going to go to resolutions. Resolution 6.1 is a resolution to approve variation order number 1011-23. Resolution 2023-086, moved by Councillor Lundmark, seconded by Councillor Overdorfer. Whereas City of Thompson is in receipt of a variation order application number 1011-23, 80 Nelson Road, Lot 1, Plat 851, the LTO North Division for the following. The variation order is rear backyard and side yard setbacks. And whereas under the provisions of the Planning Act, a public hearing has been held to hear representations for and or against variation order. Now therefore be it resolved that council approve variation order number 1011-23-80 Nelson. Good administration.
Yeah, good evening, council. The application for 80 Nelson Road was received and was submitted by the property owner, Canadian Tribal Council. They're looking to put an addition onto an existing building on the property and to basically build in line with the existing building. They are requesting a side yard and rear yard setback. So side yard reduced from 15 feet to 2.75 feet and rear yard reduced from 25 feet to 11.83 feet. As per the Planning Act, the property was posted and public notification was given for a period of 14 days. All utilities, as well as Thompson Fire Emergency Services, were notified of the variation and no objections to the variance was received. A public hearing for this was held earlier this evening. There were 0 for and 0 against.
Thank you. And Councillor Lundmark, do you have any comments?
Sure. We see numerous variations like this every year, and after our fire departments and utilities have looked at it, I don't see any reason to object. We brought 2.75 feet, and there is public space right next to it as well, so I don't see any problem with it. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other councillors or comments? Seeing none, call for the question. All those in favor? Carry. Six point two is a resolution to approve taxes added. Resolution 2023-087, moved by Councillor Fitzpatrick, seconded by somebody. Tell me who's seconded that one. Oh, is it you, Bart? No, sure. Councillor Lombard too. Thank you. Signature right there. Whereas section 326(1) of the Municipal Act provides authority for a municipality to collect its taxes or to correct its tax roll, to respond to property and impose supplementary taxes if after the tax roll has been completed, the assessment reports to the municipality that A, the property is liable to taxation but was not assessed. B, the property is liable to taxation due to a change in ownership or use. C, the assessment of an improvement on the property requires an increase due to a change in the physical condition of the move or improvement. A change has been made in the classification of the property under Municipal Assessment Act or regulation under Act, or E, the land has been improved or subdivided. Now therefore be it resolved that council authorize the Chief Financial Officer to make additions to the 2023 real property tax roll as certified by the assessor on the additions to the tax roll attached hereinto as per appendix AB2-2023. Anthony?
So this is a housekeeping item that comes before council regularly. There will be taxes to be added to the roll, and then there will be followed by another resolution for those taxes to be canceled.
Thank you. Any comments from councillors? Seeing none, call for the question. All those in favor? Sure. 6.3 is a resolution to approve taxes council. Resolution 2023-088, moved by Councillor Landmark, seconded by Councillor Oberdorf. Be it resolved that pursuant to the authority provided in section 306.1 of the Municipal Act, council hereby authorizes the cancellation of taxes herein as Appendix B2-2023 and Appendix 2-2023. Administration?
Yeah, so this is now the taxes canceled section of the housekeeping.
Councillor Landmark?
Yeah, sadly, I guess it's just a housekeeping thing, but yeah, it's one business broken and it was a fire.
Thank you.
Objection.
Any other comments from council? Call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. Six point 4 is a resolution authorizing administration to enter into an agreement of that. Sorry, 6.4 has been taken off the agenda. 6.5 is a resolution authorizing administration to enter into the emergency management organization portal information sharing agreement between the Manitoba government and the city of Thompson. Resolution 2023-090, moved by Councillor Wong, seconded by Councillor McIver, maybe? Thank you. Be it resolved that council authorize administration to enter into the emergency management organization portal information sharing agreement between the Manitoba government and the city of Thompson. Administration?
Yep, so this is a new portal that's been set up by the province of Manitoba for the use by all municipalities that can be used during emergencies and events that happen. The requirement to use the portal, as it's a secure data portal online, is that we have to enter into this agreement at no cost to the city. Once we enter this agreement, we can start using the portal. If there's ever emergencies in the community, we can keep the province updated so that information sharing goes both ways.
Thank you. Councillor Wong is the mover. Any other council comments? Deputy Mayor Valentine.
Thanks, Mayor Smith. So would this portal be used, say, for instance, with the evacuation with forest fires that we see? Would that be an access point?
Yes, correct. So what would happen is our emergency group at the city would set up a portal, would open up like an event, and we would start logging all the activities that the staff are taking, as well as the information as we receive it. It'll keep that data there for us. It also includes mapping so that we can pin things onto a map and show what's been happening in the community. So if there's a hot spot in an area, there's a fire, whatever it is, all that data is then tracked so that at the end of the event, you can go and review what's happened, but also the province can access it when it's live so they can keep track of what's happening in the community, and then different departments can reach out and offer assistance as they see need.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Councillor? Thank you. Seeing none, call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. Six point 6 is a resolution authorizing administration to enter into a contract with RG Business Solutions to provide chief building inspector services for the city of Thompson. Resolution 2023-091, moved by Councillor Oberdorfer, second by Councillor Landmark. Be it resolved that council authorize administration to enter into a one-year contract renewal with RG Business Solutions to provide support to our chief building inspector from July 9, 2023 to July 9, 2024. Administration?
Yeah, good evening again. So as was discussed last week, we have an agreement with RG Business Solutions. Danny is now fully certified through the province for Part 9 and Part 3 buildings. But again, to be able to provide some additional support for Danny, we do not have a building inspector, so the role that Danny was previously in, we don't have anybody in that role yet. We are working to get that role filled. We don't know what level of training we require for that individual when we get into the position. Again, we're looking to have this contract extended for a period of 1 year, be able to provide some support to Danny should, take vacation, leave, We are gonna have a busy construction year in front of us. As you'll see next month when I do my report, we are way above last year's building construction value at this time of the year. So looking to get this extended for a period of time.
Thank you. Councilor Oberdorfer is the mover.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Yeah, I just had a clarifying question. I know I asked last week, but I don't know that it was really clear. Regarding the 1-year term for the contract, if we have the option to cancel, should we not need the service anymore? Like if we do end up hiring someone, say it's 6 months of training takes less time, I would think that type of thing.
You're right, I did not look into it. We can make sure that that's added to the contract. There'll be a standard 30-day.
Okay, yeah, otherwise I am in full support of this and thank you.
Councilor Colbert.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. For this contract, does he get paid all the time or just when you use it?
Well, he's paid, it's a flat rate per month, fee, and, he bills us, he invoices us every month and we pay him. So that's how it works. If he is traveling, there are additional costs that get paid for on top of it, but just a flat rate per month.
Okay,
That's right.
Councilor Wong.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I don't have a problem with this company to look after this department, but the only thing I like to ask is where this money come from? We haven't done the budget yet.
Anthony.
The administration would budget for positions every year, follow those through every year, so we do have a wage budget already created, and that would already cover this position for the interim.
So may I ask, you say it's covered, which mean under which line of the provisional budget estimation there? Because we approved back in December, only up to 5 months. Now we passed that 5 months. I'm wondering how then legality work with come to this type of arrangement. Do you as a manager have those override because of time sensitive or emergency, or under what rule that we can do that? Because I personally like to follow the rule, unless otherwise we should, because what we did today, we postponed, tabled one of the resolution because of that reason. So I wonder how we will deal with this issue.
So there would have been 6 months of wage savings already from an empty position. That money's already been pre-approved by council. So we're not going outside of the authority that the council's already provided. That's what we use to pay until the final budget's passed.
As long as it's covered, I just try to understand that. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Anyone else? Councilor Chong.
I just come to understand when I communicate with our the flat rate is about $3,000 a month, so come up to about $36,000 a year. And is this the last contract we're going to give to this RG Business Solution, or just carry on every year?
The intention would be to fill the position internally. So this is until we can get someone hired into the secondary position. Once that position is filled, then they would help cover each other off. Internally, we wouldn't have the need for an external person to help cover. And so it depends. If we're able to hire someone who already comes fully qualified, then we could terminate the contract early. If we don't, we have to train someone, which requires them to take courses through Red River to get back up to speed, at which point we would need this for the rest of the year.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Seeing no further questions, I think the support, especially considering that our building permits are already reaching last year's total level very closely. I think it would be a good idea for Danny to have the extra support. Call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you. So we did initial note. We have been just notified that Leaf Rapids has been evacuated. At this point, they're coming to Thompson. The TRCC has been set up for them. There's also buses coming to Thompson that we're not sure if, where the evacuees are going when they leave in Thompson. Just for the public's announcement, acknowledgement there. And, just to, let people know, Deputy Mayor Valentino, Councillor Fitzpatrick, City Manager Anthony McGinnis, and myself went to, the PAW today. We went to the PAW and back for the Northern Regional meetings, which was very well attended, by up north. We had Grand Rapids, the PAW, Flin Flon, Lynn Lake, Snow Lake, Kelsey, and RM Kelsey. So it was definitely some good meetings today, so thank you. And to finish off the evening, I would like to say happy birthday to Councillor McIver. And with that, I'll call for adjournment. Thank you. Mayor Valentino, Councillor McIver, all in favor.